Welcome to It's Not Just Menopause, the podcast that empowers you to navigate midlife with confidence through real talk, root cause insights, and no BS strategies that actually work. If you're dealing with fatigue, stubborn weight, brain fog, or just feeling off and overlooked, this show is for you. Discover what's really going on with your hormones and why it's not just about estrogen. Each episode breaks down what your doctor didn't explain, the internet got wrong, and what your body's been trying to tell you all along. From stress and metabolism to nervous system support and functional nutrition, we'll cover the tools that help you feel more like yourself, again, without restrictive diets, overwhelming plans, or hormone hype. I'm your host, Cindi Stickle, functional nutrition practitioner and certified menopause specialist. I'm here to guide you through the midlife noise so you can stop guessing, get the clarity you deserve, and finally take back control of your health. If you've ever felt dismissed, overwhelmed, or like your body just isn't responding the way it used to, you're in the right place. Let's rewrite the menopause story without the fluff. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of It's Not Just Menopause. Today I want to talk about something that gets skipped in almost every menopause conversation. And that's stress, or it's like misunderstood really. And I already know like what some of you are thinking, like, Cindi, I'm not that stressed. Yeah, well, guess what? It's not that. It's just stay with me because the kind of stress I'm talking about probably isn't the kind you're picturing. Okay. When most of us hear stress, we think deadlines, kids, money, the group text that never stops. And yeah, all of that counts. But there's another entire category of stress your body reacts just as hard to, and you just don't feel it as stress, but your body perceives it as stress, okay? Because your nervous system doesn't sort it out the way we do. To your body, stress is stress. And if you've listened to me for any length of time, you know I talk about this a lot. And here's why that matters right now. In perimenopause and menopause, your body gets a lot less forgiving about it. We react harder to stress when it hits us, whether it's normal stress or hidden stress. And if you're on a GLP-1, that's even more important. Okay, so let's talk about that. Okay, so let's pause on that word for a second, stress. Okay, most women think stress means feeling anxious or overwhelmed, but your body has a much simpler definition. Stress is anything your body has to compensate for. So think about your last few days, not eating enough, skipping meals because you got busy, blood sugar swinging up and crashing down, a night of bad sleep, pushing through another hard workout when you're already running on empty, inflammation that you can't see, gut stuff, pain, even being a little dehydrated. Okay, your brain doesn't file those into neat little folders labeled real stress and not a big deal, right? It just reads the room and goes, oh, we're under threat. And the second that happens, your body starts shifting resources towards survival instead of repair. Hello, fight or flight, right? It's triaging. It's not going to build muscle or balance your hormones when it thinks you're in danger. Before we get back to today's episode, this one's for you if you're on a GLP-1 and your body still doesn't feel right. Maybe you're exhausted no matter what you do. Maybe the side effects never really went away. Or you're barely eating and worried about losing muscle, or the weight was coming off and then just stopped. You're not crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. If you've been told to just push through it, it's time for real answers. Take my free quiz, What Are Your GLP-1 Symptoms Really Telling You? In under 2 minutes, you'll find out what's actually behind how you're feeling and get my free guide sent straight to your inbox. Check the link in the show notes. And now let's get back to today's episode. So your body isn't broken. Your body's doing exactly what it was built to do. Remember, it sees all forms of stress as a threat. Okay. So here's the part nobody warned us about. For most of our adult lives, estrogen was quietly running interference for us. We don't realize how protective it was till it's gone. Okay. It helped keep insulin working well. It kept a lid on inflammation. It protected our muscle. It even helped smooth out cortisol, our stress hormone, right? Estrogen was the friend covering for you. And as it declines, your margin for error gets a lot smaller. All the things you used to get away with, they start showing up like on the receipt, right? The same skipped lunch, the same short night of sleep, the same I'll rest when it's done pace you've run for years. Now they land as fatigue, brain fog, weight that won't budge, recovery that takes forever, hot flashes, mood that turns on a dime, cravings out of nowhere. And here's what a lot of women get, how they get it backwards, okay? They think menopause is causing all of it. Hello, hence the name of my podcast. It's not just menopause, right? There's more to it. Sometimes menopause isn't causing it. It's revealing it. It's pulling back the curtain on stress that's been quietly stacking up for years. Think back to your 30s for a second. Same body, different rules. Nothing's wrong with you. The rules just changed and no one handed you the new playbook. Okay? So this is exactly why I talk so much about nutrition, especially if you're on a GLP-1. Okay? I talk about stress in menopause and perimenopause to my non-GLP-1 clients. Okay? But if you're on a GLP-1, it's just as important, if not more so. Okay? The medication turns your appetite way down, right? That's the whole point. That's what it's supposed to do. But your body's actual needs, they didn't get the memo. They don't shrink just because your hunger did. If anything, it's the opposite. Protein matters more now. Hydration definitely matters more. Your vitamins and minerals matter more. Your muscle matters more. This is exactly the whole reason I built my group program, the GLP-1 Nutrition Foundation. It's around protein first. Inside, if we do spend a whole week on nothing but using protein strategically. Because on a GLP-1 in menopause, it's the single most important nutrition choice you can make, because your medication will not protect your muscle, but what you eat does. And undereating is a hidden stress in menopause and perimenopause, whether you're on a GLP-1 or not. Not eating enough, no, if you're a woman over 40, period, causes hidden stress, okay? So when a woman is barely eating, her body doesn't experience that as progress. It experiences it as one more stressor on that pile, okay? So I'll be honest with you. I've had women tell me kind of proudly, Cindi, I only ate 700 calories yesterday. And then I just cringe, right? And they're waiting for the high five. And I'm not giving you a high five for that. You'll get an earful of why I'm concerned, okay? Because your body still has a full to-do list. You have to hold on to that muscle. You have to run your hormones. It has to keep your immune system up. It has to repair tissue. It has to keep your brain sharp. Your body needs a set number of nutrients every day. And when you're not eating, whether you're on a GLP-1 or not, your body's not getting it, sees it as stress, holds on to the fat, and you don't lose weight. Okay, so this is where so many women get stuck, because not hungry, like on a GLP-1, and doesn't need food are two completely different things. Okay, so I'll tell you what I do, because I am on a GLP-1, as you know, if you've listened to any just one of my episodes. There are days that my appetite just isn't there. And so I don't wait for it. I grab a cold piece of chicken right out of the fridge and I just eat it. Not because I want it, right? I'm not hungry for it, but I know my body still needs the protein. And if I sat around waiting to feel hungry, it could be all day. And then I feel like crap later because I have not gotten the nutrients my body needed. And that's why side effects on the medicine are 99% caused by nutrition, okay? Not the medicine itself. And so there's a habit right there. We eat on purpose, right? When we have hunger pains and it tells us. And it's a whole week on its own in my program. Eating with a low appetite, staying nourished on the days that nothing sounds good, okay? But then let's talk about nervous system, right? Because here's the way I like to explain it, because it is stuck with a lot of my clients, okay? Picture your nervous system sitting in the background of everything you do, asking one question on a loop: am I safe? That's its own job, is to make sure you are safe, or else it goes into fight or flight, okay? That's it. That's the whole job. So when you're not eating enough, like I said before, the answer is no, you're not safe. When sleep's a wreck, the answer is no. When blood sugar's on a roller coaster, when you're rushing from the second your feet hit the floor, when inflammation's been simmering for months, it's no, no, and no. Your body is not safe with any of those. And when your body keeps hearing no, it stays braced. It stays in protect mode, fight or flight, basically. Okay? So it means it shuts down your digestion. It shuts down your immune system. Your body's not getting the nutrients it needs. It just thinks that you have to run from danger from thousands of years ago. It just sees it as stress. And so that's not you failing. That's your body doing its job. And the trouble is a lot of women live in that braced state or that chronic stress state for years and just call it their personality. Okay? It's not your personality. I'm working with the client right now in her early 50s with a high pressure job. And so she's, not leaving her job. She loves her job. And when she came to me, she was in full burnout. She had taken a week off just to try and recover. And she had this huge project on her plate and the kind of thing she'd normally knock out in a week or two. But it took her a couple months. The brain fog was that heavy. She was so worn down. She even started to wonder if working with me was going to be worth it. And then here's the part that really gets me. I mean, she's a super positive person by nature, but in the thick of it, people would keep asking her, "Are you okay? Is everything all right?" Because she had gone really quiet, withdrawn. She was not herself. And so she wasn't broken. Her nervous system was running on empty and her hormones were dropping right underneath her. So we went to work on the really boring stuff, right? Regulating her nervous system, protecting her sleep, getting her actually eating again, protein first, supporting her hormones. And a few weeks in, she finally pitched that big project. It landed, but it wasn't the wind that got her. It was what the wind told her. She said, "My brain is working. It's actually letting me do what I know I'm capable of." And 2 months ago, I couldn't say that. Then she said the line I'll never forget. It's like a weight lifted. Like I finally feel like myself again. And so that short fuse or her, that she thought was a character flaw, it's not a flaw. It was a stress signal. So mood swings and brain fog and all that stuff aren't moral failings. They're stress signals. Okay. So now I'm not going to sit here and tell you to build a stress-free life because none of us have one and I'd be lying, right? This isn't about erasing stress. It's about turning down the unnecessary alarms you're sending your body all day without realizing it. And it starts smaller than you think. Eat enough. Get your protein in. Drink water. Don't skip meals just because the medication, if you're on a GLP-1, turns off your hunger. Lift something heavy a couple times a week. Strength training is a non-negotiable. If you're over 40, whether you're on a GLP-1 or not, we're losing muscle when we lose estrogen. So you should be strength training anyway. And if you're on a GLP-1, there's no excuse for you not. Okay. And you want to guard your sleep like it matters because it does. And take recovery as seriously as you take effort. Recovery is way more important over 40 because your body needs that extra time to recuperate and recover, or else you're just going to keep yourself in fight or flight all the time. Okay. Then, sprinkled throughout the day, you give your body little pieces of proof that you're safe. So sometimes that's a 5-minute walk after lunch. Sometimes it's actually eating lunch instead of answering emails through it. Sometimes it's 3 slow breaths before you pick up your fork. Okay? None of that looks impressive, and that's the point. Those tiny moments are how your body finally starts to believe the coast is clear and it's safe. And the nutrition side of this is exactly what we build out together in the GLP-1 Nutrition Foundation. My fuel method walks through it in order. Foundations of how to actually eat on a GLP-1 in menopause, using protein strategically, eating when your appetite's gone, and lessening the side effects, the nausea, the fatigue, the constipation, because like I said, 99% of those are caused by your lack of nutrition. Okay, and they're fixable. So it's not more rules. It's the right information finally applied to your body. Okay, so support over pressure. every single time. Okay, so if you're there, been lying awake, wondering why your symptoms feel louder lately, or why you're doing like the GLP-1 right and still don't feel like yourself, okay? Whether you're on a GLP-1 or not, if you are not feeling like yourself, okay, I'd love to chat. So it might not be that the medication is failing you. It might not be that menopause is winning, right? It might be that your body is carrying more stress than you ever gave it credit for. Not just the emotional kind, the physical kind. And that's actually good news, because that's something we can support and we can fix. Because remember, the goal was never to just be smaller, like a smaller number on the scale, if that's your goal on a GLP-1. The goal is a body with enough in the tank to heal, recover, hold its muscle, steady your blood sugar, and hand you back yourself, right? Because your body is not broken, it's overwhelmed, and there's a better way forward. Okay, so I really appreciate you listening. If you know of another woman who's struggling like this, please share this with her. Okay. And again, if you're on the GLP-1 and you can feel that your nutrition hasn't caught up to your medication yet, like if you've hit a stall, it's the nutrition. Okay. So that's exactly why I built this program. It's the first to market out there. I had a press release about it. So it helped, like it's a 6-week live group program where we walk through my fuel method together. So you know exactly how to eat to support your medication, protect your muscle, steady your blood sugar, and finally see your body respond the way you hoped it would when you started, right? Live calls, replays if you can't make it, and a group of women navigating the same exact thing as you, right? If that's where you're at, come join us. The link will be in the show notes, and I'd love to have a chat with you about it. Okay, so thank you for listening, and I will be in your headphones next week. Thank you for tuning in to It's Not Just Menopause. I hope today's episode gave you real clarity about what's actually going on in your body and reminded you that it's not just your hormones, and it's definitely not your fault. If you found value in this conversation, make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Cindi Stickle Nutrition, or head to cindystickle.com for more resources and personalized support on your menopause and midlife health journey. Until next time, keep questioning what you've been told and trust that your body is not broken. You just need the truth and the tools that actually work.